Hey, this is Mr. Libby. Welcome to week 24. Got a couple things for you to do this week. First, I'm going to go to the weekly planners. When you open up the weekly planner, it'll look like this. When I'm done with this video, I will attach it here. There's a drag and drop for you to do. It's in the in-class assignments, and there's ionic versus molecular compounds. That's a video to watch, and then there's a sheet to fill out. And then at home, you have I love it because it's trash activity. So here are the slides for it, and here's the assignment, and I'll go over that. So the first one is the Lewis structures drag and drop. So again, if you go back to in class, Lewis structures drag and drop is right there. It looks like this. And there are instructions here. It talks about what nonmetals bond, things like that. What single bonds are, what double bonds are, what triple bonds are. And then it has kind of a reference slide. Oxygen forms 2 bonds, which could be 2 single bonds or 1 double bond. Hydrogen can only form 1 bond, a single bond. Carbon is the basis of life, and this is why. It has a lot of options available to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and says, let's move this out of the way a little bit. Bonds tend to form with their unpaired electrons. So how many unpaired electrons does carbon form? Well, carbon has 4 unpaired electrons, so it's going to form 4 bonds. That is a pair of electrons right here. For nitrogen, that's unpaired, that's unpaired, that's unpaired. So you're going to go ahead and actually you're going to drag these where they go. All right. So you're going to go through and do that. And then you're going to come through and say, okay, here are some things that you need. You have C and H4. H can only do a single bond. So you can't use this C. 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 You have to use this C. All right. So I'm going to drag this C up. All right. And then there are 4 H's. So I need to drag them up so that the lines, all the lines align. No pun intended. All right. So when you're done, there are no extra molecules. It's CH4. There's C. There's 4 H's. All the lines line up. There's no lines out there left hanging, or there's no bonds to nothing. A bond is a shared pair of electrons. It has to be shared between 2 atoms. So you can't have this, for example, because that's a shared pair between carbon and nothing. You can't share between carbon and nothing. It has to be between carbon and another atom. And for this compound, that atom is this. You do have to do a little bit of detective work here. So for example, O2, if you do O2 and do this one, you can do it again. There's O2, but now you got a bond hanging over here and you got a bond hanging over here, and that's just not good. That doesn't happen. So you're probably not going to use those 2, which means you're probably going to use this one, and you can't do this. You can't go single bond to double bond. See how the bonds aren't matched there, so you can't do that. So you have to go through and do this one. So double bond to double bond. So that is O2. Again, it just takes a little bit of detective work to get through here. And there are some instructions here on how to do it. There are some instructions in the video that you're going to get to through Tyler. This Tyler video. All right. There are slides here. This is the at-home assignment. I love it because it's trash. You're going to go through and you're going to look at these slides, and there's sodium hydroxide for liquid plumber. And you're going to find liquid plumber on the sheet. There's liquid plumber, and sodium hydroxide is that one. Sodium is a metal, so this is going to be ionic. All right, and when you're done, it's going to turn colors, and your score will go up. That's what you do for all of these. 5 of them have bonus second formulas, and you get a bonus score if you get those. But that's about it. Good luck.